Hey, what's going on, everyone? Today I'm going to pull apart my 3900 and try to get the camshaft out of it so I can get the regular 3400 camshaft in and soon get it into my Alero. I'm going to start with removing the plenum since I need to remove that anyways. Then I'm going to move on to the front cover. To get these clips undone, you just push this in, it slides right off. Allows that to come out of the way. So this one here. Bracket here for the coolant hoses. Loosen these off when I took the exhaust crossover off, when I put it on the engine stand. Just coil pack brackets here I gotta get out next. One there, and one bolt here since one's already missing from the side. I get the coil pack bracket out of there and remove the plenum. As you can see, the intake ports are much larger than the 3400 ones. Looks good so far though. Next I'll get the power steering pump out of the way, and then probably the bracket, and I'll work my way down to the timing cover. Probably don't need to remove power steering pump, but might end up pulling the intake, so it's a good idea to get it out of the way now. Pull the bracket off first. Alright, so this bracket here is all one piece with the coolant crossover which runs through here. Alright, so I got the tensioner off. Now I'm going to take the water pump pulley off, just in case one of those bolts goes all the way through, which I don't think it does, but this one might here. There's the socket down. Some of the belt wrapped around inside the pump here. Anyways, probably end up replacing that. Now to pull the harmonic balancer off, you're going to need a special tool. Some parts stores rent them, or you buy them from any of the bigger tool companies like Snap-on, Matco, or Mac Tools. This is the one I'm using here. It's a Blue Point made by Snap-on. This is what you get. This basically just hooks around the inner edge of the pulley. You use one of the rods, whatever length fits. Slide in the crank. And your bolt. Threads in here. And it pulls it off. Just grab a ratchet and pull it off. You don't want to use a gun because it screws up the threads on the tool. And they won't warranty it for you if you do that. Just grab a wrench, while you hold the tool and start pressing the pulley off. There we go. Now that the pulley's off, I can start removing the cover. Pull the water pump out anyways. Alright, got the two hoses undone here, so this should just pop off now. Stuck on the dowel pins a little bit there. There we go. It's the back side of the cover, front side, coolant everywhere. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull the coolant crossover off, just because this bracket interferes with the rear valve cover. One bolt that covers, so it's going to have to come off to get those off of there. So get the front crossover here off. Either you need to pull the tubes out, or at least this tube here needs to be undone. And if you're going to pull the tube assembly off, since they're welded together here, there's one bolt on the head, so it needs to be removed to get them off. It's the timing chain setup on the 3900. This is your cam phaser here, just spring loaded. Uses a solenoid and oil pressure with this pintle here. That controls your oil flow and allows this unit to change the position of the camshaft separately from the timing chain. This setup will be removed because I'm going to be using the 3400 camshaft and timing chain. And that should be ready to be removed. And I have one more hose down here, it has to be undone at the oil cooler. Just gotta pull this mount off here, since I don't need it for my setup anyways. Gets it out of the way. Might have to make a spacer, because I believe the AC bracket bolts up to here, or the AC compressor. So we're gonna probably have to improvise with that missing, which shouldn't be a big deal. Now that's out of the way, I can pull this bracket off, and I'll have to fight with the hoses on the bracket. Now I can pull the valve covers off and loosen up the rockers, and I can remove the timing chain and cam phaser, so I can slide the cam in after pulling the push rods out as well. I think I'll just line this up first, top dead center, before I loosen the tension on the tensioner and pull the cam gear off. The phaser assembly. I got my dot here lined up, the one on the cam gear lined up with these two dots here. Just need a cotter pin to fit in here, or the actual pin if you can get one. I'm just going to use a drill bit. Should be able to push it back and stick that through there. Channel locks, just a squeeze. This is a little tricky. fair amount of tension on it. There we go. Looks like I'm gonna need a new one. So the guide's cracked on this one now. I'm sure there's a better procedure to do that, but it's a good idea to change it anyways. There we go. Just the back side of the cam phaser. It's fairly simple. This comes apart. Then there's a couple vanes in there that move with the oil pressure. Now we'll pull the valve covers off. Pry bar. Put it on. Alright, now gotta loosen the rockers off. Gotta pull this plug out. This is your distributor, where your distributor used to go on the old motors. This is the gear that drives the oil pump, rides off the back of the camshaft. So that has to come out before you can slide the cam out. And the rockers on this side as well. And two bolts for the thrust plate, and the cam should slide out. These, you basically just have to pull the bolt out and just give them a little bit of a wiggle. This was lined up here, and you just get a pry bar under it, should pop up. There you go. There's the oil pump drive. It just goes in that little hex bit there. It's a rod that drives off the oil pan. It's kind of hard to see. It's down there. See it right there. Just goes in the bottom of the oil drive and runs off the camshaft. Next we'll get the rockers off of there. Push rods out. And then the camshaft. Alright, I got the rockers loose. If I pull the push rods out now and flip it upside down, the lifters will stay in. But I think I'm going to just go ahead and pull the lower intake, just make sure it all looks good in there. And maybe get a little porting while it's off. So we'll pull the intake now, and then I'll go ahead and get the camshaft out of there. Two end bolts. There's one here, one on the back side. You usually have to get them with a wrench or use a nice little swivel socket like this thing here. Gives you just enough clearance. Now we should be ready to pop the intake out of here. Goes in the way. Up here loose. Alright, here we go. Got it all apart now. Let's see. Nice large ports that these 3900s have. Allow them to flow lots of air. It is kind of tempting just to go ahead and pull these off, which I might do. Since I'm down this far, The extra couple ponies wouldn't hurt. So now to get the camshaft out, just pull the push rods out, and I undo these 2 bolts on each side, and pull the lifters out. Got one intake gasket off so far. Looks like they're all steel with a rubber insert, or aluminum, maybe hard plastic. Fairly heavy, so now we'll pull the lifter holders out. Now when you pull your lifter guides out, just pull your lifters out and use them for a tray to hold them. So go back in the same spots. Now I just need to remove the thrust plate and the camshaft will slide right out of there. There we go. 3900 camshaft. See right through the other side. So now, to put the 3400 camshaft in, you have to knock out these cam bearings, then install the spacers with the new 3400 camshaft bearings. I've decided that I'm going to go ahead and pull the heads off the 3900. Since I'm in this far, it doesn't make any sense just to stop here. May as well get a little extra power out of it and see what I can squeeze out of it. Alright, got the exhaust manifolds off. I'll pull the head bolts out and the heads will be off. Start from your, I've always been told just to start from the outside, work your way in a circular pattern to the center of the head to prevent warping. That's what I usually do, unless I'm just tossing them over out and I'll just rip them all out. Now we see how much glue goes everywhere, if there's any. Alright, there we go. Heads off. Kind of glad I took them off now, so I can clean all that carbon out of there before it goes back together. That's going to be it for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see how this project turns out.